The Tale of the Citadel of Ash. Sometime after the wind incident, Sofia received disturbing news from the nearby kingdom of Somnus, a realm famed for its vibrant dyes and joyous festivals. The kingdom had fallen silent and monochrome, transformed into the Citadel of Ash. It wasn't physical ruin. All the objects were intact, but their color, sound, and flavor had simply drained away. The people moved like statues carved from granite, speaking in slow, flat monotones, and the king of Somnus sat motionless, gazing at a great tapestry, his face devoid of expression. "Why don't you sing?" Sophia asked the court musician. The musician replied slowly, "Singing requires effort, and effort requires purpose. It is all the same. Silence is as good as music. Why bother?" This profound apathy was the sickness. Sophia herself began to feel the heavy pull of the citadel. The leaden armor of indifference settled on her shoulders. She wanted to care, but her energy was leached away by the omnipresent gray filter. She found herself asking, "Why even try to fix this? The colors will only fade away. Does anything truly matter?" An advisor confided that beneath the citadel lay the cauldron of forgotten joys, whose warmth used to infuse the kingdom. The only way to reignite it was to drop a specific artifact, the pearl of effort, into the cauldron. But the descent was long, tedious, and steep. "We know the solution," the advisor sighed. "We simply lack the will to take the first step. The weight is too much." Sophia decided to carry the pearl herself. The descent was the greatest test she had ever faced. There were no traps or monsters, just a suffocating gravitational force of pointlessness. Every meter demanded monumental effort. She sat down, ready to weep. But even the effort to cry seemed too much. She stopped trying to feel motivated. Instead, she remembered the lesson against overanalyzing, but this time against overfeeling. "One step," she whispered. "Just one clumsy, unnecessary step." She picked up a small stone and tossed it down the stairs. That was action. Then she forced her leg to move. It was difficult, painful, and yielded absolutely no emotional reward. She felt no sudden surge of hope. But the physical act itself created a tiny measurable change. She decided to rely on discipline over desire. Her new rule was make 5 pointless motions every hour. 5 steps, 5 deep breaths, 5 taps of the fingers. Slowly, painfully, she descended, driven only by a mechanical adherence to her small, pointless tasks. When she reached the cauldron, she found not a magical, roaring fire, but a cool, damp pit. She dropped the pearl of effort inside. Nothing spectacular happened. No explosion of color, just a faint, almost imperceptible warmth. She returned to the citadel, exhausted. She had saved the kingdom, but she felt no triumph. Yet, the small, enduring warmth from the cauldron, the proof of her discipline, was working. She saw the king looking at his great tapestry. "I am going to move the stone 3 feet to the left," Sophia declared, forcing herself to push a heavy, useless boulder. The king watched, and then, without feeling any joy, he picked up a loose thread from his garment. It was the slightest movement, but it was action. Sophia taught Somnus that when the soul is cold, you do not wait for the sun to shine. You generate your own internal heat through small, mandatory movements until the light returns.